Heard this happened, this was a good chance for me to come down and honor this man.
Today, law enforcement, bus drivers from across the state, and members of the public are honoring a Metro bus driver killed on the job. Shawn Yim was murdered in the early morning hours of December 18th. This morning, his co-workers and the public honored him in a procession through downtown Seattle ahead of his memorial service. King 5's Drew Andre is live in Seattle with more on the procession and the memorial service that is just getting underway. Drew, it was so touching to see this long line of buses through downtown Seattle and the number of people who didn't even know Shawn Yim coming here to pay their respects.
Well, Mimi, I think a good sense of that, too, is how long it took to actually get everyone inside WAMU Theater. They finally just started this memorial because it took so long to get these hundreds of people inside. So that shows the kind of support that is out here. And we've seen transit operators from all over this region. One example, Spokane Transit was here. So a lot of those buses did the big drive through the Cascades to be here today for this. This bus that you see here next to me is one of those buses that was in the procession. It says in memory of Shawn Yim, and it has his ID badge number there below. Let's show you now some video from the procession. It took off from Metro's base in Soto. At the start of the procession was a Metro bus with the name Shawn Yim on the display on the front of the bus. Around 80 transit buses were in the procession, with county employees riding on the buses. It traveled through downtown up to Seattle Center before heading back to the stadiums. A majority of the procession was King County buses, but to name a few, we saw Pierce County Transit, TriMet, Everett Transit, Grays Harbor Transit, and even several buses from Canada. We spoke to one bus driver from Vancouver's Metro Transit who drove down this morning.
A brother has been murdered on the job, and no transit operator should have to worry about losing their life driving a bus. So we're here to remember him. We never knew him, but he's a colleague anyway.
And over the last few weeks, a lot of people have gotten to know Shawn Yim. He was a Metro bus driver for nearly a decade, and we've heard from some of his passengers and colleagues that said he would go out of his way to be kind and often had a big smile on his face. Yim's a local too. He grew up in Tukwila and graduated from Foster High School. Now back out here live, we are just outside the theater where this service is going on right now with hundreds of people inside. There are union members that are currently speaking right now, and we'll have all of that coverage throughout the rest of the day here on King 5. Mimi.
Drew, I know the attention today, of course, is focused on honoring the life of Shawn Yim, but of course, the focus also has been on the suspect who was arrested several days after the murder on another Metro bus. What's the status of his case?
Well, the suspect, Richard Sitzlak, Mimi, appeared in court earlier this week. He pleaded not guilty to murder. He will be returning to court next month, early next month, but right now he is in custody like he has been since he was arrested on $5 million bail. And we've heard from lots of bus drivers who say that they plan on showing up to each and every one of these court hearings. Mimi.
Drew Andre reporting live in Seattle. Thank you, Drew. And let's give you a look inside right now, WAMU Theater, where that memorial service just got started. You're looking at some of the speakers who will be talking about Shawn Yim and so many of these transit workers, many of whom worked with Yim directly, but also transit workers, as Drew mentioned, from across the state who didn't even know him but feel like one of their own and wanted to honor Shawn Yim today. If you'd like to watch the service right now, we are streaming it live on the King 5 Plus app, which is free on your Fire TV, Roku, and Apple TV app.